on my mind. Gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray De Niro, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. I made it this week. It's been a long day, long week. Just long in general, man. It's goodness gracious, has it been something. So today I made sure to have enough energy left in the tank to get this update in. We are having a great day, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, do all the things, whatever. And we'll get through the update part, and then we will jump into the topic part. So today, let me get me down micro machined, because this is a good day. It's a good day to be what is it? It's a good day to be on here and reporting to you what's going on in the Bitcoin world. So, you gotta make time for the good days, So after market close, we were bouncing around 68, 69, 67, 66. And then after market closed, we get some positive tweets in the ethosphere macroeconomically. And apparently the 2-week ceasefire, you guys decided to buy some more Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at $71,922.05, bouncing off, breaking the $72,000 threshold. So now we've peaked back up above 72. That's a little bit of a game changer. Ethereum, following in suit, has bounced up to $2,240.64. That gives us Bitcoin dominance of 56.9%, Ethereum dominance of 10.7%, with gas fees at 0.227 Gwei. We're going to look at what we've got going on in the crypto space. So the top 3 trending coins, shout out to CoinGecko for this wealth of information. I reference it every episode. It is also where I track my crypto positions. Top 3 trending coins. At number 1, we have Zcash. At number 2, we have Bitcoin. And rounding it out at number 3, we have the Pudgy Penguins. I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it. That's a good trending list. You guys are getting serious, and I like it. Now, with that said, we're going to move on over to the top 5 gainers and losers of the last 24 hours, because we like to know where everybody's going, what everybody's doing, what's going on in the market. This kind of gives us a scope of, what's happening in the crypto space. We start off with the top 5 gainers. I hope you guys end up on this list, but not only do I want you on this list, I want you on this list under the best of conditions, which would be a triple or higher digit return. I want you to bask in the glory. I want you to win. I want it to be next Tuesday and you are getting rich. You wake up in a new Bugatti, right? So let's jump right on into it. At number 1, we have it ranked 781. Oh, this is one of the old classic holdings for me. Joe, with a gain of 54.6% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have it ranked 595. Unitas, with a gain of 41.5% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have it ranked 655. Lab, with a gain of 31.4%. We have an unranked Binance Peg ZEC with a gain of 26.2%. followed by the actual coin at rank 22, Zcash, with a gain of 25% in the last 24 hours. That closes out our top 5 gainers list. Now we're moving on to the top 5 losers. Nobody wants to be on this list, but if you are, I hope it's under one of the following 2 circumstances, because it could be beneficial to you. Number 1, you were looking to get into position, and the coin that you were looking at, the fundamentals have not changed. The coin that you were looking at, people are for some odd reason scared and running out of the market, as retail in these crypto streets tend to do. You could drop a hat and drop the market, depending on what it said on the front of the hat. And you're seeing an opportunity to start your entry because this is a nice, tasty dip. And you've got the chip. Scenario number 2. You are actively, as I always recommend, and what we do over here in the Wolf Pack, dollar cost averaging into a position. And that position has not changed fundamentally. Somebody dropped a hat with your token on the front of it, and the retail investors ran to the hills. But nothing fundamentally has changed for your project, your token, your coin. And this is giving you an opportunity to buy a little bit extra, get a little bit more into position, drag that cost basis down. Those are the only 2 scenarios that I want you on this list. If you're not in one of those 2 scenarios and you're on this list, I am sorry for you, and I hope that it turns around. At number 1, we have it ranked 285. Area AI with a loss of 16.6%. At number 2, we have it ranked 539. Block Street with a loss of 14.2%. At number 3, we have it ranked 429. Tria with a loss of 13.5%. At number 4, we have it ranked 158. River with a loss of 12.7%. And last but not least, actually, River should have been number 5. But at number 5, we have it ranked 701. AI Companions with a loss of 16.6%. This is live update. The losers are losing harder now, apparently. Moving on, let's go take a look at the reserves. Now, at the reserves, we've got Bitcoin, because that's what we've got. I haven't done my cash pool yet, so we have not had any opportunities to buy more Bitcoin. That happens on Friday, and it is not Friday yet. We've got our solidified dollar cost average, which is 10% of my current income, my W-2 income, and being fully invested, we take 10% of that off the top and buy Bitcoin. When we pull out loans or any type of margin, we generally will buy Bitcoin or amplified Bitcoin exposure, or both. And at present, normally we're chipping away at the margin on our long-term holdings, which is where our amplified Bitcoin exposure is stored. And we're doing about a 50-50 split. And we're taking 50% of it, buying ourselves some more Bitcoin. And then the other 50% is going towards paying down that margin. And once the margin's paid down, we then redeploy. And yeah, all's good in the world. Let's see here. There was something else on there that I wanted to throw in. I like both ends. Obviously, amplified Bitcoin exposure settles in dollars, which out of our long-term portfolio, if we're running a profit at the end of the year, whatever calendar year we find ourselves in, we will take a portion of that and convert it to solid Bitcoin. Just making that point there. Also, before we jump any further, our goals for the year is, while we are below $200,000 per Bitcoin, I am looking to acquire an additional 2.5 Bitcoin a year. The first 2.5 that I acquire, which I'm currently working on now, will be working capital, which we are running out of the Nexo platform right now. We'll be doing a little up in the air between Strike, which is where I purchase my Bitcoin, and to see what their debt tools look like in comparison. So far, Nexo, it's a little clunky getting it started. And it's not on their part. It's just their integration with the banking infrastructure since they've come back to the US. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not going to say I'm pretty sure, but as soon as I saw that it was available, I got on it and started trying to use stuff. And I think that some of the stuff is still being set up. But, I got the money into my account, and have now figured out how to get cash back in there, fiat, to pay it back. So I'm not paying it back with crypto. That's crazy. But the current, actually, I wanted to break this down also. The current system that I'm running as far as the leveraging my Bitcoin is, I can, over on Nexo, I have the ability to borrow $5,000 at a clip, which is a smaller amount than the 10,000 that we were aiming for, but it's going to be the same terms as if I was borrowing 10,000 over on Strike. More or less, it's a little bit less. And it gives me a smaller amount to have access to, which is cool because that means I can ratchet the flywheel faster. Also, it's a wealth platform. It does allow me to accrue interest over there for housing my tokens, which is pretty awesome. And that's also a good thing, but it also allows me to perpetuate the system, my financial system, because if I can get cash in and I'm generating cash to pay back said debt, then that is a self-perpetuating cycle in and of itself. We also have our Citibank flywheel. We also have our Cash App flywheel, where we are able to produce cash in an account and then pay back over time. And instead of just using all of these funds to consolidate the debt down and get into 0% positions, since we are going fully invested, we went ahead and put those into our financial engine. So now we're producing a good amount of income, and we're using that to chunk down the debt faster because we've also expanded our margin pool, which is an accomplishment in and of itself. I'm super happy about that. So that said, we are basically kind of focusing on the Cash App and the Bitcoin flywheels are the two that we can hit. Cash App is between $800 and $1,000 on that flywheel. The Bitcoin flywheel is $5,000. We have larger ones such as the Citibank flywheel. We've spun that for $18,000 last month, which obviously all of these flywheels were taking 10% going straight into Bitcoin and Bitcoin amplified exposure based on where we're at price-wise. Now, in the 70s, which is where we're at now, I am still looking at amplified Bitcoin exposure. We're trying to get all of our amplified Bitcoin exposure positions solidified while we're in the 70-60 range. Like that. So I'm kind of rushing on that. I'm like, hey, like we gotta make these moves. We've got a bunch of them, but I keep doing my research and I keep finding stuff to add into it. And I'm like, geez. So as long as we're still in the 70s and 60s, I will still be looking and shopping and buying into my amplified Bitcoin exposure. There's a few more companies that I want to get in on, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of Strive ASST purchasing. There's going to be strategy purchasing. I mean, that's a given. I'm getting at least one share every paycheck. We're going to be adding some more 21 Capital because I can drag my cost basis down on that. Strive, we're going to be trying to get buys in when they dip below $10. We're trying to add to that position to get that position up. 250 was the goal. Across the board for my Bitcoin treasuries, it's 250 shares is my goal. Bitminer, I'm also looking to get 250 shares of that, even though that's an Ethereum play. And then I've got another one that's a moonshot crypto play deal that's on Ethereum that we're looking at. And once we get that added in, I've got a placeholder, then we'll start talking about that also. But that's what we've got for the reserve. So we're going to go ahead, keep this short and sweet today. I'm going to put me back up on the screen here. Oh, I'm a circle. What if I go out of it? What if I go back? Am I a circle now? I like the circle. I like the circle. The circle's kind of cool. Do you guys like the circle? I don't know. I don't know if I like the circle for that. I like that better. I like that better than the circle. I like that better for this screen. I thought I was going to be able to make myself a circle when I was small, and I can't make myself a circle when I'm small, and that makes me sad. So, yeah, no. They so as we're going through here, this is my warning for the crypto traders, and it's something that I say all the time because like I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't buy Bitcoin to trade it. I buy Bitcoin and it goes away. It either is working in a working capital position, which is what I'll have on a platform such as Nexo, where I'm leveraging it, borrowing against it, creating fiat out of it to do the stuff that I need to do in the fiat world. But Bitcoin stays in the Bitcoin world. It stays as Bitcoin, and I don't have all of it on a platform. I believe in cold storage. We'll be talking about that because I'm switching my cold storage. We've got the Keystone 3 Pro. We'll be setting that. I'll be setting that up. I'm going to do probably a recording when I unbox it. And yeah, we'll do some interesting stuff with that. We're going to get a little bit of content out of it when I at least unbox it, because setting it up, can't have you guys seeing my seed phrase. But you know, that's important. And upgrading your security, also important. Something that can be completely air gapped, also important. So, you know, we're going with the Keystone 3 Pro. And yeah, it's important that you hold your own Bitcoin, in my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to go and be like, well, I buy IBIT. And it's like, well, you have a middleman and you're paying them for that. But that's cool. But the reason I hold Bitcoin is because I'm not necessarily partial to the government systems that we've got. The government has shut down people's bank accounts. You could say something that the company in question, the CEO, doesn't like. Next thing you know, you're debanked, you're deplatformed. They've done it to other people that we've seen. The bank can freeze your account. When I started in Bitcoin transfers, touching your account could lock your account up for moving money in and out over their efficient rails that weren't like pulling cash out and giving it to somebody. Like I am still personally, I am blocked on Zelle. I can't use Zelle. I cannot send money on Zelle to this day. And I haven't been able to do it for almost I would say a decade. For 10 years, I have not been able to use the Zelle function between the banks. Like I still got to call them to have a conversation about $100 that I sent in like, or no. I've been banned from Zelle since 2019. I distinctly remember because I had a buddy of mine who helped me paint and he uses Zelle. And so I was like, cool, I'll use Zelle. I'll just send him the money over Zelle. As soon as I sent it, it blocked me. It like sent, and like I ended up having to go to the bank and get him his money cash, and I haven't been able to use it since. So since 2019, I haven't been able to personally use Zelle. And they were like, you need to call us. We got to have a conversation about this $100 you tried to send. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'll never use your service again. Like I don't want to use the bank as is. So no. And I still can't use it. Like I tried it from different bank accounts. Like I'm barred from that function at every bank. Every bank account that I have, I cannot send money over the Zelle rails, which is crazy to me. But, you know, it is what it is. Like that's the reason. I'll keep my wealth. Like if I had gold, it'd be buried in the backyard. Like I don't like the system. And this is my warning to traders. And I talked to a buddy of mine, shout out to Roz. I talked to him today, and it's the same thing that I say all the time, but like going back and forth with him actually really made me think about it. And I was like, there just aren't enough seats. So you can trade, And right now, you guys are trading, those of you who trade Bitcoin, you guys are trading with 12 to 13% of the circulating supply. And it's shrinking. Because as you're trading, Strategy's buying, Metaplanet's buying, Strive is buying, 21 Capital at some point, once they figure out how they're going to make money, they're going to start buying. I'm buying. And we're not giving your coins back to you. We are not selling. I know that, there's a good reason I'm not selling. Number one, and it's the primary reason. You guys that are trading back and forth, all you're doing is creating a bazillion taxable events. Day trading. And those of you who do it with stocks, it's the same thing. Like, I would rather just have a big account and borrow against it and not buy things that I have to get out of. It's a lot of work. You have to trade. In my brokerage account, I get paid twice a week, every week. Like clockwork. Tuesday rolls around, I'm getting about $500. Thursday rolls around, I'm getting probably another $200-$300. I don't have to do anything. And while I do have to pay taxes on those distributions, it's not short-term capital gains tax. It's still less than what you traders are paying in taxes. Also, it doesn't require me to go running for the hills and having to be in the market and reading charts every day. Like that, it's not, and that's neither here nor there, but like it's the taxes. Every time you make that trade, it's that ding, 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 and then you get to add that up at the end of the year. Your taxes are all jacked up. Now get your taxes filed is expensive, which getting your taxes filed, period, if you have assets or any type of wealth, is expensive. It just is what it is. Cost of doing business. But what I'm saying is you're getting hit with a tax bill at the end of the year for short-term capital gains tax for all of your trading. I don't like doing that. Also, you're getting in and out of the asset. Now, for stocks, it really doesn't matter because that's not a fixed amount. That's not a certain amount of shares. You're not going to trade Apple and not be able to get a hold of no Apple stock at any point. I like in the traditional finance market, I get it. I just don't want to pay short-term capital gains taxes for trading. I'd rather collect the income tax charge for my distributions and not have to do anything because I'm paying people to trade for me that are capable. And it's because the other thing is I don't have time to sit looking at the market all day. I can't look at charts all day. Like I do most of my business on my bathroom break at lunch. That's when I get any moves that I got to make. If I got to buy something, I got to make a move. It's lunchtime. That's when that happens. And it takes me about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, if that. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. I need to put some money here. I got some money going in the account, put it there, whatever. But with Bitcoin, it's different because as you guys are trading, like I said, you have all these large institutions that are also buying. Now, one of the things that I will say that'll probably continue on even as those seats get pulled. This is also those seats getting pulled from Bitcoin, which means that like the less of the circulating supply, it's going to drive the price up, which is great for me because then I can do my leveraging. I can pull more money leveraging. I can do a bunch of stuff. It gives me a lot of optionality. I'm here for that. The one thing post conversation on the way home that I thought of though is the ETFs that Morgan Stanley's getting ready to release today, as you guys are watching this, happy hump day. That BlackRock, people will trade that. That's going to be, I think that'll be the new trading space. But the main reason I don't like the traditional markets anyway is because it's a rigged market. You're trading with scraps. Like all the money's made on the IPOs. All the money is made behind this veil. And then whatever's left goes into the public retail market. And that's what y'all are trading with. You're not at the source. You're not at the source. You're not, how do I put it? You're not capable of getting behind that veil until you're already rich. So the people that get the massive gains are already rich. They're people that don't even need the money. It's life-changing money for you, but for them, it's like Tuesday money. There's like, this is Tuesday. I made another billion. Because we don't have access to that. We don't have access to the funding rounds. The money's made when it IPOs. I don't know how many times people need to be told that, but there's like an area of the market that you don't have access to where the big money is made. The money where it's like, yo, this deal changes your life trajectory. PayPal Mafia money. Warren Buffett money. He wasn't trading in the open market with you. He's behind the veil. He's over there. He's getting all the money. Bitcoin will become a rigged game as well. And that's the reason when I tell people it's still early, I mean that. Because it's not rigged right now. We're all in the same game. As soon as you get down to where it's just ETFs going back and forth, and that's the majority of the trading volume because all the physical Bitcoin's been bought up, and you can't really trade it unless you find somebody that wants to buy it, that wants to move it to an exchange and allow you to purchase it from them to get rid of, to offload the actual physical Bitcoin that they have. And I'm saying physical hypothetically, but I'm saying those of us who do cold storage, shout out to Keystone 3 Pro. Because if you're going to get one, get the good one. And I'm going to go ahead and start dropping my referral link down in the description. Because if you want to support me, support the channel, and you don't have cold storage, if you buy one of these, I think it might give you a discount, a little bit of a discount on it. And then it gives me like a little kickback off the sale because I referred you to them. And so you can support me like that. That's one of the few ways you can support the channel. If you guys jump down into the description, all the ways to support me around there, and it kind of like lets you know, like there's some stuff, like if you're not set up on Robinhood, get set up on Robinhood. I like Robinhood also. We're going to have a lot more focus on that after I finish getting my Charles Schwab, my primary portfolio over there set up. Actually, I've got 2 portfolios over there, but one of them should go pretty quick because it only needs to get to $10,000. So unlike the other one that we're fighting to get to 60, but you know, it's uphill battles. We're going to make it. But yeah, if you guys want to support me, you don't have cold storage, Keystone, there'll be a link down in the description moving forward. And it'd be awesome if you don't have cold storage. That's a good one. It's a very secure one. And yeah, but at a certain point, it's going to be a rigged market just like everything else where you're trading it on Charles Schwab's platform or some brokerage platform and you don't have access to get a hold of physical Bitcoin. You will be getting proxy Bitcoin, and that'll be the only Bitcoin there is. And then you guys will be back in the same circle of debt slave, wage slave servitude that we've always been in, that we got lulled to sleep with. And there'll be no escape for you. And it's going to be unfortunate. And people will be like, oh, I traded Bitcoin back and forth and did X, Y, Z. And then they'll have no Bitcoin. They'll have no Bitcoin themselves. So my warning to the Bitcoin traders is make sure you're taking some of them profits and getting yourself some Bitcoin. Like if you can get to a whole Bitcoin, you should get to a whole Bitcoin because that's going to be a class of people moving forward. It's going to be. That's going to be a demarcation point. It doesn't matter how much you traded back and forth because you guys are trading to get into fiat. You're trading to play in meme coins to what? Get more fiat. You want dollars. And you're going to have all those dollars and you're going to be outclassed by those of us who acquired whole Bitcoins. Those of us who took the initiative, rode through the waves, rode through the insults, rode through the hard times, rolled through the you're crazy, rolled through the what do you even use that for anyway? to have our sovereignty. Y'all are going to be trapped in that system forever. This is going to be one of the greatest wealth transfers that we've ever been through. And people are going to trade to the wrong side of it to get dollars, to get in to a house that's on fire, to say they've got something in a currency that's burning, in a currency that's a horrible store of value. It's a horrible store of energy. It's a horrible store of your time and effort. So that's my warning to the Bitcoin traders is not even the Bitcoin traders, the crypto traders in general. I hope you're putting your profits into something that will be worth something after the dust settles. And we'll leave it at that. It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. We rounded this off at a solid 30 minutes. That's not bad at all. Channel's Future Financial Strategies. This has been another crypto portfolio update. We will most likely be back next week. And I'm your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and I'm out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.